June 14th, 1969. A 6-year-old boy named Dennis Martin is playing hide-and-seek with his brothers in the Great Smoky Mountains. He's wearing a bright red shirt so his brothers can spot him easily. He ducks behind a bush, laughing. His father is standing only a few feet away. 6 seconds later, Dennis is gone. Not lost, not wandered off, gone. The largest search in national park history followed. 1,400 people, helicopters, green berets, tracking dogs, even psychics. They found nothing. No clothing, no footprint, no bone, not a single thread of that red shirt. And here's what nobody talks about. On that exact same afternoon, just 6 miles away, another family heard a sickening scream coming from a ridge they had no business being near. They reported it. The FBI quietly buried that file. And by the end of this video, I'll tell you what one witness claims he actually saw moving through those trees that day, something that still isn't in any official park report. Because Dennis isn't alone. The U.S. National Park Service admits it doesn't even know how many people have vanished inside its borders. A former San Jose detective named David Paladis tried to get the number through the Freedom of Information Act. The Park Service quoted him $1.4 million just to count them. So he started counting himself. Today, the number sits at over 1,700 cases, maybe more, and the patterns he uncovered are deeply, deeply strange. Granite, water, weather changes, missing shoes, dogs that refuse to track. We're going to walk through 3 cases tonight, and by the 3rd one, you're going to see the pattern too. Let's start with the children, because the cases involving kids are the ones that break your brain. In 1969, Dennis Martin vanished in seconds. But fast forward to October 8, 1976, Great Smoky Mountains again. A 16-year-old girl named Teresa Trenny Gibson is on a school field trip near Clingman's Dome, now officially renamed Kuohi. She's walking with classmates on a clear, sunny afternoon. The trail is wide. The weather is calm. One girl looks away for maybe 20 seconds. When she turns back, Trenny is gone. No scream, no struggle, no rustle of leaves. 40 teenagers and 3 teachers, all within shouting distance. Nobody saw a thing. Dogs picked up her scent, followed it confidently downhill, and then it just stopped in the middle of the trail, like she was lifted straight up into the sky. The search ran for over a week. Helicopters, ground teams, even cadaver dogs. Trenny has never been found. Not a shoe, not a hair tie, nothing. Her mother died decades later, still waiting by the phone. And here's the part that gives me chills. Both Dennis Martin and Trenny Gibson disappeared near granite boulder fields. Paladis found this exact pattern in dozens of cases. Granite, always granite. The same rock, the same kind of slope. Why? Geologists shrug. Park rangers won't comment, but it doesn't stop with rocks. Many victims also vanish near water or near patches of berries. Some researchers think dehydration plays a role. Others believe something about the magnetic properties of granite interferes with navigation. And some go further than that, because the next case isn't about children, and it isn't about getting lost. It's about something that took a teenager less than 5 minutes walk from a busy camp full of adults. Because it's not just kids in the deep wilderness. July 17, 1981, Yosemite National Park. A 14-year-old girl named Stacy Arras is on a horse riding trip with her father, George. They reach the Sunrise High Sierra Camp at over 9,000 feet. Stacy wants to take photos of the small alpine lake just below the camp. She grabs her camera, she walks off with another girl, but the friend turns back. Stacy keeps walking, maybe 150 yards from camp. An elderly hiker passes her on the trail and says hello. He notes she seemed completely calm. He is the last person on Earth to ever see her. When her father goes looking 10 minutes later, she has vanished. The search lasted weeks. Helicopters, mules, climbers rappelling into ravines. They found one thing, and only one thing: a single camera lens cap. No camera, no body, no backpack, no clothing. Bloodhounds lost her scent within feet of where she was last seen. The lead investigator later admitted he had never seen anything like it in his career. And listen to this. Stacy vanished near a body of water, just like dozens of other missing 411 victims. Water, granite, berry bushes, boulder fields, clear weather suddenly turning bad, dogs refusing to track. These patterns repeat across thousands of square miles, across decades, across parks that have nothing to do with each other, from Yosemite to the Smokies to Rocky Mountain to Olympic. And the next case I'm about to tell you connects all of them and goes back nearly 100 years. Quick thing, drop a comment below. Which of these disappearances unsettles you the most? I read hundreds of these case files, and I want to know which one you think actually has a rational explanation. Now let's go back further, way back. November 28th, the Grand Canyon. A young couple named Glenn and Bessie Hyde are on their honeymoon. They're attempting to ride the rapids of the Colorado River in a homemade wooden scow, a flat-bottomed boat Glenn built himself. They want Bessie to become the first documented woman to run the entire canyon. They're already famous. Reporters are tracking them. On November 18th, they hike up to the South Rim with a photographer named Emery Kolb, pose for pictures, and hike back down to their boat. Bessie reportedly looked at the well-dressed women on the rim and whispered, "I wonder if I shall ever wear pretty shoes again." Then they push off downstream. They are never seen again. Weeks later, search planes finally spot their boat, floating perfectly upright in calm water below mile 237. Fully loaded, Glenn's rifle still mounted, Bessie's journal lying open on a bench, the last entry dated days earlier. Their food, supplies, even Bessie's camera, all untouched. There's no damage, no sign of a capsize, no bodies, ever. It's as if they simply stepped out of the boat into thin air. Decades later, in 1971, an elderly woman on a commercial rafting trip suddenly told strangers she was Bessie Hyde. She claimed Glenn had become abusive, that she'd stabbed him and walked out of the canyon alone. Then she disappeared too. Her identity never confirmed. So what connects a 1928 honeymoon, a 1969 six-year-old, a 1976 teenager, and a 1981 girl with a camera? The pattern Politis spent years assembling. Victims who vanish in clear weather, within feet of other people, whose tracking dogs lose the scent instantly, whose bodies, if ever found, are discovered in places already searched 10 times. Some are found missing their shoes and socks, but the rest of their clothing intact. Some are found miles uphill from where they vanished, terrain they could never have climbed alone, in conditions they could never have survived. And the National Park Service still does not maintain a public missing persons database to this day. They have one for every plant species in the park, every type of butterfly, every endangered frog, but not for the humans who walk in and never walk out. Now that scream near Dennis Martin's last known location on Father's Day 1969. The family who reported it, the Keys family, said they didn't just hear a scream. The father, Harold Key, said he saw something, a figure, large, dark, hunched, moving fast through the brush, carrying something heavy on its shoulder. He said it wasn't a bear. He knew bears. He said it wasn't a man, not the way it moved. He filed that statement with rangers within 48 hours. It was never added to the official search report. The FBI took the file. It has never been released. Dennis Martin's father went to his grave believing his son didn't get lost, that his son was taken. And maybe that's the truth no one in Washington wants printed in any park brochure. That out there, in the granite and the water and the silent green dark of America's most beautiful places, something is still hunting. And the parks know. They just won't say.